All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rival StarCraft Liga. It is going to be our second series of the night, and it is between another Zerg and a Protoss player, that Zerg player being Acer's Bly, and then Cascade Strange. So that will be the Protoss, yeah. It's about to go down on Alrena. DrennoC, are you ready?
I am very ready and excited. We have a fun map order. Alrena, Dusk Towers, then Preon Terraces, three of the new maps in the map pool. And Alrena, this is going to be interesting as game one. I feel like in the longer series, maybe they're just like, okay, we want to get rid of it. We don't want to have to worry about it if it's like 2-2 and whoever's going to take this last map wins. Game one, though, Alrena, any thoughts on it? There's so many cool things.
I know, yeah. I'm pretty excited to see Bly play on this map because, you know, he does some crazy stuff, very high aggressive play. But I'm interested to see what it is that Strange brings. Yeah, I would love to see it, you know? I mean, since I know more about Bly and I think about this map as being such a short rush distance, I think, yeah, Bly is his playground.
It's short, but it's not too short. I've noticed that. I've never had the issue of like, well, the Zerg just rushes me right off the bat and I'm screwed. Like, I've never quite had that. There's always... It's almost the perfect amount, so it looks pretty short, but it's not too much.
Yeah.
Without any further ado, though.
Yeah, the force field.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've actually like force field, Ravager, Liberator, Siege Tank, Widow Mine, Lurker. Anything can actually hold that off. There's so many possibilities. Without any further ado, though, if I can find where Hawkeye is, there you are in the top left-hand corner. The blue Zerg player from Team Acer. It is Bly, who always has a cool strategy on any map, and I'm excited to see this because he's either going to rush it or be like, take all the ninja bases.
Yeah, his opponent is going to be that orange Protoss player representing Cascade. It is Strange.
By the way, for anyone tuning in who's seen RSL before, when we have the normal league, Bly is the winner of Season 2, and Strange is the winner of Season 3. So this is a big fight of the Titans.
Damn, Championship Saturday. Unfortunately, only one of them is going to be able to be the potential champion because I believe once you're out here, you are out for good of the tournament. Yes. No lower bracket, no losers bracket where you can fight your way back up, I don't believe.
No, there is a no losers bracket, and Strange knows this, going in with a very early scout, making sure he knows everything that's going down. Pretty much sees hatch pool, doesn't see any gas yet. Strange reacts with double gas thrown down as natural. You need that to defend early on and to get that robo, whatever aggression you try. Sadly, Zerg can almost always scout you in these positions. That Overlord will soonly see the natural. For Bly, though, what do you think he's doing without that gas? Oh, there's what he's doing, taking a quick
to
say, like, what is he, like, oh. I was setting you up, though, Tempo. I should have not, like, what do you think?
You, like, set me up,
doing,
and then you just, like, said, psych. Slapped it down. But
the issue is I didn't know what he was doing. I'm not quite good enough to actually set you up when I know exactly what's doing. And like, Tempo will know what's happening too. Let's do this.
Well, I think this is a little different than what we saw with Namshar. Notice how he didn't take the gas yet. Obviously, that's what you were saying. But the difference is Namshar would always take an earlier third base, but he took his gas really early to get the Zergling speed. So now we're just going to see more drone focus and even something a little bit Bly-esque right here, as he does go with those early lings. He loves doing it. You right?
Definitely, look at this. He loves doing that.
Lings.
Oh, man.
Slow ling assault.
The funny thing is, I was going to say, you know what, without metabolic boost, these lings are going to be mincemeat, but we're not seeing any adepts from Strange. He's putting his gas into what I assume is going to be this quick Mama Core or maybe a quick Robo off the back of this, but that's not going to be good. Lings are going to pick up a Zealot. Now they're going to be able to pick up whatever they want. Mothership Core is going to be able to defend in the main, but for now, these slow lings, it was 8 lings, so I guess for Larva, not too much commitment, honestly. If he can pick up a few more kills, he's only got 1 kill here, but there's the Stalker just in time.
BM Stalker, yeah, the BM Stalker blocking in that last probe because he was trying to get on away. But yeah, that's Bly for you. He'll go in there and do stuff like that. All the mining time that was lost there, I think, is good enough. But he also got a Zealot and 2 probes, so I think that was well worth it, for sure.
The lack of adept to actually be able to defend right there was because of the quick Robo that Strange wanted to throw down v Bly. For now, these 3 bases are going to have queens up at each of them. There's a little bit of a creep spread being started and double gas in the main. Right off the back of that, I feel like Bly's just put himself into a perfect situation where maybe an all-in can work, but at this point right now, a Stalker's Mothership Core is not going to be able to do anything versus this.
Not even close. Bly is prepared here with 2 queens. Maybe if it was only 1 queen, it would have been in a little bit of trouble. But no, Bly was ready for the counterattack. He knew what was up. Didn't even have to invest in any more lings, but he needs to remember that he made a Spore Crawler here. Okay. I was like,
that always happens to me.
All the time, yeah.
So Gosu, and I'm like, it's survive. Oh, I guess I have like 4 Spore Crawlers. I thought he was going Stargate. My read just wasn't quite good enough.
Yep, that's when you pray for a Stargate or DT, you know, and when they do go for it, you feel like,
oh man, this brother's gonna go down.
Oh, Broverlord, unfortunately, did at least he was able to see what was going on, though, right? He saw the model.
Yeah, he was able to see the Robo in the Forge, the Brover Lord. He's the bro of all the overlords. All the other overlords, they need to spawn with different personalities. Like, this is the smart one, this is the idiot, this is like the sexy overlord. They have a little like thing underneath their portrait. Like, oh, it's all a big. It's like a high school of overlords. That's the Broverlord goes down, but
yeah, I think oh, it's like the last thing I think of when I look at an overlord. Like, look at his. Nah, he's cute in his own way. You know,
he's got his own little eyes. Yeah, he's a cute fella. Carbot made us love overlords before we kind of hated them. There's the lair coming out for Bly, and it's honestly I think is a pretty darn normal time. Nothing too crazy. He did get that early gas, but that was just to be able to actually have gas when he needs it. Also, he's going to be on 4 gas right now. Needed to compensate for the lack of early gas. By the way, my favorite thing about this map is this bridge. Is Jack Attack calls it the Bridge of Kazakh Doom, but you can do a ton of creep spreading. It's just beautiful. You feel so good. You're like, ha! I had creep spread at his base in 5 minutes.
It feels pretty good when it gets there too, yeah. And the one thing I don't like about this map, but the random sparkles on the map, like the fireflies or the whatever.
And it freaks me out. Like I've been laddering. Ooh. Mama, we're gonna go. I've been seriously laddering, and I'll jump in my chair, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like I'll go, whoa, because I thought it was like a Muta coming in, and I'm like, whoa, it's like 5 minutes, man. You can't have Mutas by now.
What the hell was that, man? But what is it that Bly is going to be doing? It does look like he will maybe make a few Ravagers as he does transition into the Roach Hydra / Lurker. Yeah, Lurker Den already going to go down, and I think a kind of common strategy that a lot of Zergs have been doing is Roach Ling or Roach Ravager Ling into Lurker, you know? Namshar preferred the Spire.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot more common one we see is the Lurker
Observer and Overseer.
Did it get away?
Kind of awkwardly. No, there. Look at Hawkeye's Vision. They're just hanging out on the top. The Observer and Overseer having a party. But yeah, as you were saying,
man, that's cool.
Lurker, Roach, Ravager, Ling, Roach, Ravager are phenomenal. Get to the Lurker, and that's all you're trying to get up to in PvZ. Once you get the Lurkers, now next move is you have to start scouting and killing the Observers, but still that is where we're seeing Thrain try to get up to. This third base potentially could go. There's so many Roaches right here, and what are we having? We have put an overcharge. What else is really with this to be able to defend? Here's an Immortal, but the Roaches are going to completely DPS it down and just get the heck on out of there. Off the back of that, Lurker Den is only about 20-30 seconds away, and there's 7 Hydras on the way. I feel like everything's coming together for Bly. Not only did he get the damage done early game, but now he's able to say, you know what? I kill your third, and now I'm in the composition that I want to be.
Yep, exactly. Perfect timing for the Lurkers. The Hydras are popping out. He's going to be able to get his Lurkers down in case there is some kind of counterattack. And, I was going to say, if that Observer continues to hang out, you know, it kind of got rejected, I guess. Shut down by the Overseer.
Man, that Overseer was the sexy one.
Right? And then he goes and gets in a car crash on the way home just to make things worse. Runs into a pack of Hydralisks.
Got dark.
Yeah, man, it is.
Yeah, that got dark, man. DTs are actually going to focus down this Lurker Den, and they desperately are trying. I don't think it's going to be in time. Where is the Overseer? The Overseer, oh my word, the Lurker's morphing in just in time. Just 21 health left. You know what sucks is I've had that situation. Actually, the third base is also going to go down from DTs, but you know what sucks even more than DTs? When you're the Zerg player and you're like, I can morph into Hydras now, even though he's DPSing it down. Oh dear, I'm supply blocked. I can't morph in Hydras.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. You feel so clever, and then you're like, oh no, because you're like, haha, I'll morph them in.
But
and use these. They'll be hero Lurkers.
These
awesome, DTs are getting the job done.
Yeah, Strange really made a bad situation amazing there by taking out the third of Bly, returning the favor, and he also got so many drones. 20 have been taken down already, and now it is up to Bly basically to use the Lurkers in order. Well, the Phoenix didn't really get too much done, but it was only a hallucinated one. But it's up to Bly to make sure that
man, these Lurkers, they're gunning for attack. And
Oh,
man,
yes,
this
yeah.
third base position, it has far fewer pylons on the right-hand side. Potentially we could, nope,
There's no
on the left-hand
observer.
side,
The
actually.
observer. It got
There's no
taken out.
observer in the disruptor shot. That's only one disruptor for this entire army. It's not going to be enough. I'd love to see the lurkers reposition and just move in to that third base position on this right-hand side. You have that little alleyway right there, but the entire army of Strange is pulled out of position. This is amazing for Bly.
Wow.
He's going to try to take out the disruptor. If the disruptor had one shot right there, it'd be the hero. But sadly, it does not. And now the second and third base are going to be cut up, and they're just going to be a stranglehold. I don't know what Strange can do here. He has no observer.
What is,
There's nothing. There's one observer on the left-hand side.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? He's gonna try to get in
Hydras are
there.
trying to kill it.
Oh man, no, Bly trying to focus it down. Does he get it though? Not just yet. But this is such a scary situation because his whole army is trying to do something, and then they just go and they get annihilated by the lurkers. So now Strange is in this kind of awkward situation where there's a bunch of units in between his base.
He's got a wedge. He's got a wedge driven between himself and his third base. The marriage
Yep.
is not going well. Disruptor shot is definitely on the way to victory, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Only 10 workers have gone down. We still have a completely fully mining third base, but how can he kill these how can he kill these lurkers? Disruptor shot will do it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. And there, actually, while all this was going on, by the way, the fourth base position of Bly was taken out by Strange, but the disruptors, or the lurkers, just barely not going to get all those workers.
Yeah, and there's only one more disruptor trying to get against
the shot could be
gets
good.
approach. Not the greatest shot, but the natural goes down, and now the lurkers just continue to creep on forward. The third base is under fire, and Strange is kind of like figuring out what he needs to do. But yeah, he takes another ninja base, right? But I mean, what do you do in this situation? Sure, it's gonna be great and all, but you're not really going to be able to do too much if you can't get rid of the threat at hand. Whoa, picks off one of them, though.
Oh, is that a blink forward? Is that an accident blink forward? That was. And by the way, with the disruptors, every second a disruptor is not disrupting is a second wasted, because there's been a couple times where it's got the cooldown done and it'll just sit up there, and that's the only thing really I think that Strange can do, disrupt any of these lurkers if he can. But now lurker on the right hand side of the map, oh man, that is a depressing day for Ire and all of Protosness. That lurker's just gonna get, did it die?
You got shot in the face, man. Yeah, you got...
Two lurkers going down the natural. There's only Hydras left, and it's still gonna get a little dicey. One Hydra at a time. I mean, I guess this is the way to victory, but while all this is going on, the lurkers on the right-hand side are just transferring over to this effectively now second base. It is currently 1,100, 1,200 minerals a minute to only 400 of Strange.
Yeah, this is going to be really difficult here. Strange has to go all the way across the map to defend, but if he does that, then he kind of exposes himself, so... He's holding the ramp, and then Bly says, you know, I don't need to go up that ramp, because if he can just take out this base, and then even take another base of his own if he wanted to, he kind of has it in the bag already. I think Strange is coming to terms, just like, that didn't really work out. He had a great
Bly takes game one. What I was going to say right there.
Play there. He just didn't have the observer when the attack hit.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the observer, and I feel like the lurkers, at first in that third base position, if everyone can imagine it in their head, there's two ways into that third base for Protoss, right? And the left-hand side was blocked, and that was into the natural, but the right-hand side is opened. I thought Bly was just going to go in, burrow, focus down the Nexus, and get on out of there. In the end, though, it worked either way. He got a wedge between that natural and third, and yeah, man, if you don't have the observer and all your units have to run through a choke point, it's literally like, oh, come on, I have I just...
Yeah, dude. Because I mean, like, especially after such a play, like he did the sickest counter play I've seen in a while, and then, you know, you expect the counter attack, but he had his observer like fly over a spore crawler or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. It was a car crash, as you said. It was
yeah.
it
got even darker when the lurkers went. It's like, damn.
Lurkers put a wedge between the natural and third, basically brothers. Like, ugh. That was a wedge in the family, man. It just didn't ever quite be fixed up. And like I was saying, though, a couple times there were really, really nice disruptor shots.
Yeah.
But it was not continuous. It was disrupt. I'm going to wait like 30 seconds, a couple extra. And if he could keep that constantly up, maybe something would happen, because it's not a spell. It's simply a cooldown. So every second your disruptor is not disrupting the party, it is not being used fully as it should be. Game 2 is going to be Dusk Towers.
All right. So we saw one ZVP on this map earlier today, but it looks like Strange has a different approach to this matchup, as well as Bly, right? We were watching kind of Muta. Before we were watching like a very heavy Roach into Muta player. And now we're watching a Roach Ling into Lurker style for the most part. And then Strange also, not really going into that really heavy Blink Stalker, or at least early Blink Stalker. He mixed in the DTs, getting the early third base, and just all the tech pretty much except for Stargate. And just, disruptors and getting out Immortals to help as well.
Disruptors. I feel like every word we
Stalkers
just
too.
replaces the Protoss, just disruptors. The entire
Disruptors
cast.
are great.
Not
They really
disruptor. Disruptor. I don't think it's a question if they're great or not. I know they're great.
Oh yeah, they are just the satisfying unit too, right? Like if you hit a big pack of roaches or a big pack of anything, oh boy. So
Guys, quick shout out, of course, to our lovely production man, Hawkeye, and at RSLSC2 on Twitter. Please follow them. Also follow below. We're going to be getting into the second game at Dusk
Oh,
Towers
shit.
of this best of 5
Me too.
series. What? Are you ready?